Oh, all right. Hey, we're back. Back from a road trip where I picked up something that I think is pretty cool. Some of you Lemons faithfuls will hopefully recognize this car. I know some of you do, but anyway, here is what we picked up last weekend on the road trip. So first off, the extra engine, which is out of I'm told it's out of a Merkur XR4 Ti. It's a little turbo motor, 2.3 turbo. We got a T5 and a 4-speed manual sitting here. There's the front of the car. Well, that's what came with it anyway. But there it is in all its glory. The Pinto 72 Pinto wagon. And I know if you know anything about Pintos, that's freaking hilarious right there. But yeah, went and picked up the car last Sunday from Indiana, which is about a 12 and a half hour drive from here in Minnesota. This thing is a Lemons veteran. I'm not going to go so far as to say legend, but this thing will probably outlive the cockroaches. From what I'm told, it actually had the name of cockroach at one point, so how fitting. But pretty standard fare from what I'm told, 2.3 Ford. Got a little header on there. It's got some aftermarket springs, which I believe, or I'm told, might be iBox. Some KYB shocks in there, nothing crazy. It is, I believe, a manual steering rack in here. From the looks of it, I don't see any power steering lines or reservoir. Yeah, just a little old school 2.3 carburetor. Nothing crazy. I mean, we're probably dealing with, I don't know, 80 to 90 horse. So it's no LS motor, but the cage in this thing is pretty impressive actually. These door bars are wild. I don't see much intrusion happening there. And there's a few things I have to do to it. I knew beforehand that it needed a seat. It needs seat harness, and it needed the fire suppression bottle to be updated. It does have a fuel cell back here. So looks like we need a fitting on there. And if you were wondering why the steel box are on it, it's because Lemons rules require that fuel cells be separated from the passenger compartment by some sort of steel enclosure. But yeah, this thing is still basically stock. I mean, there's leaf springs under there in the back, little drum brakes, and that's one of the issues I quickly found out that I'm going to have to deal with is this being a 72, the brakes and spindles on these, there's literally nothing available for them. So if I want any sort of decent brakes, I have to upgrade to the 74 and up spindles to get the better brakes, and then I can actually get brake parts for it, which is kind of a thing. But yeah, for the most part, it's kind of ready to go. So it just needs that little bit of updating. And therefore that is why, at least at this point, I think we're going to choose to get this done for the season and race this guy. And then that way I can take some time on the other car and do that the way I want to do it. But yeah, let's see. So brakes, tires, seat, fire suppression, and a front clip, because I don't want to do the Mustang one. So lucky for me, I found a guy nearby that literally has 15 stinking Pintos sitting in his junkyard. So I don't know, the sun shines on a dog's ass once in a while, right? So there we are. That is a chariot that will bring us to victory.